I spoke to roughly 1,300 people this week. Here's what I learned. This is my first time hosting the Parade of Homes in an actual sales role. I had participated before, kind of just to earn some volunteer hours when I was a drafter, but that was very low stakes, obviously, because my job didn't really rely on that. This time came with a lot more anxiety and pressure because a lot of builders get like 90% of their clients from the Parade of Homes. So that was kind of a big deal. So what is the Parade of Homes? Well, it started in 1951 where local builders would put their homes on display and just kind of show off what they have to offer for the public to enjoy, hopefully get inspired, and hopefully tell their friends how incredible the homes were. Currently, this event is hosted by Madison Area Builders Association, which it's in the name. If you are a person watching this, you are probably in the trades or know a tradesperson, and supporting the Parade of Homes actually helps support skilled workers and their families. Here's my advice as a first-time Parade of Homes host. Big ticket items you need to know are at least the rough price of the home, so whether or not your home is for sale, giving people a gauge of where the ballpark is, where they could kind of see themselves building a similar home. There's some secret code that I learned that's an on your lot price and on our lot price. So on your lot basically takes your typical lot prices or a lot price in the neighborhood and kind of doing the math that way of like a whole total price. On our lot, that means just the build price. So assuming they already bought the land, what would it be to just build the house? So fun things to learn in conversation that nobody tells you about. Speaking of land, definitely look up land beforehand, especially in the neighborhood and around the surrounding areas. I made a little cheat sheet, which let me show you. I did this both ways. I had a visual aid, so I took a map. Hopefully you can see that. I showed where our lots were and where some other neighborhoods were, showed how many lots were available in each. This was more of a breakdown of costs and if there's exposure and which location, acreage, things like that. This was part of my, little cheat sheet information packet. I also came with a whole binder of, information about our own homes and lots and things like that. Helps to be prepared. Most likely you're going to be working for a builder. So what is it that sets your builder apart from everyone else? So just have some talking points ready to go. For me, I like to talk about how we can do both going off a base plan, or we can do full custom based off a napkin sketch. Like we can really do a full range of customization. So that's a big selling feature for us. What else, Chloe? What else? The fact that we do our drawings in-house and we do all the drawings complimentary up front before they ever sign a contract. That's a huge plus too, to really gain their confidence and everything before they truly feel locked in. So making sure they feel safe and comfortable and not pressured. but showing that we give a lot before we ever ask for anything in return. Some little quirky things that might come up is Wi-Fi passwords. So for us, I ran into some technical issues with getting on the internet. I had to ask for the password and it still didn't work, but it would have been nice to just have the password up front. Those are definitely things you can work out with your builder days ahead of time so you're not doing it like while you're, trying to host and you have people walking in the door. And the reason I was trying to get on Wi-Fi was I was trying to use our built-in speaker system that we have built into the house, but because I couldn't get on the internet, I couldn't use it. Music is a huge thing just to provide like a little bit of comfort, because when it was silent in there, it felt like a library and like people kind of were whispering, and like I think it just gives a weird vibe for the guests. So when you have a little bit of music playing, people just feel more comfortable. They're talking. You as the host kind of get to overhear a little bit of what their what their comments are about the house and things like that, because people just feel free to speak their mind. Oh, another little handy thing is a finishes cheat sheet. So a lot of builders will provide a little cheat sheet like this, and I loved this person's design, so I totally took their paint colors. They did an incredible home in Windsor Gardens, and it was just gorgeous. I've actually heard of this designer before, Ashley Haley from Oslo Design. There was a time when I was looking for jobs where I considered working for her. She did an amazing job, and I think this is super helpful to have all the paint colors. I got asked the paint colors a lot, so I ended up emailing people at the end of the night because I'm like, I just can't look it up right now, and I have to go home and be on my computer to look everything up. But if you just have these, you can just give those so you can concentrate your conversations on the builds more than like, what is this paint color? Okay, another silly thing is candy. And I had forgotten any gum. I had ran out of gum in my purse, and I was like concerned. I was gonna look for mints. I ran to Aldi's because that was like on the way to the home I was going to, and they didn't have a mint that I could find. So I got Werther's Originals, and I got 3 of like, little bags. But I put those out and people went nuts for them, and I ran out before the end of the night. So the next day, because I did 4 parades in a row, I went to Fleet Farm and I was like, I'm just gonna get a bunch of candy. Yeah, well, nobody ate the basic butterscotches and caramels. They wanted their Werther's Originals. So, hot tip, if you really want the guests to be happy, get the Werther's Originals. But if you're on a budget, you want to show that you're offering something, but you don't want a bunch of people to take it, I guess get the cheap grandma candy, and people won't really take it all that much. Okay, so that's it for my advice for first timers. And let's get into my favorites. We're gonna go through your favorites, and then I have a couple silly little categories as well. So my favorite features of our parade homes include Jack and Jill suites. I think this is so fun for kids and a great way for them to learn to take ownership and cleaning of their own space, and a great option if you have kids that actually get along like my sister and I did when we were kids. Like we were total besties growing up, so like this totally would have worked for us. But if you have polar opposite kids or things like that, like maybe consider a different option. But I definitely liked this setup for this home. Lighting. This was huge in a lot of our homes. This backlit box tray. It's such a cozy glow. It looks even better in person. We've had it done on a couple of our other models, and we keep doing it. When people see it, they put it in their own homes too. It's just a nice, comfortable way to light. Another thing you can do with these box trays is you could do some funky like accent paint color inside, or you can do a wallpaper, or any type of textured wainscoting or something like that. I think that's a really fun way to add some detail to draw your eyes up, instead of just, putting art on the walls. Sometimes it's fun to play up the ceiling. Switch stair lights. So just having a light switch that operates the lights going down the stairs. In a future house, I wouldn't even bother with overhead stair lighting. Like, I would use these all the time. They're great to just kind of use as a night light. These little glow lights are so cool. Love them. I am obsessed with this Sputnik light. It's kind of a modern take on the Sputnik light. And this is an instant add to cart for me. I just have nowhere to put it in my house, but I will keep my eye on this. When I walked into this model, these pendant lights were the first thing I saw, and I was just drawn to them. I had to reach out and touch them. They are real ceramic, and I had instant, like, how can I recreate this in my own house? And I just am obsessed. They give such a dramatic statement, but such a cozy, earthy feeling because they're ceramic in a man-made skill, but a very grounded material. So I love that. Fingerprint-free appliances. They actually work. I was amazed how well they held up with, 850 people coming in the first day and touching it. And I made sure to tell everyone, like, rub your hands all over the appliances. It's not going to do anything. Now for staging. So all of our furniture, believe it or not, is from Ashley Furniture. Same with our appliances. They're all from Ashley Furniture and Appliances. And these chairs, shown in green velvet, I just absolutely love them. And then I went to a different house and they had the same chairs but in cognac leather, and they look great either way. I love them in both colors. These coffee tables are so fun. I love the organic shape. I love the height difference, and it works so well in like a loungy area. But this like little intimate circle I just think is such a fun idea. I love a lounge vibe. Very social, very demure. But this daisy pillow I just thought was so sweet. I have to tell you a little story about daisies. When I journeyed to meet my spirit guides, I buried my negativity into the ground and out popped daisies. And later, when I was driving back home, I saw a license plate that said Daisy. And then, like a couple days later, I was on a walk, miles and miles of native plants. I saw a singular daisy plant, and so I grabbed a little daisy from it. I pressed it, and I'll show you a little picture of it. All right, on to your favorites. You loved this wallpaper and this wallpaper. And in our Willow home, you guys loved the primary flow from the bedroom into the bathroom, closet, laundry, back into the mudroom. I've had a lot of people compliment us about that. I also talked to farmers, and they loved having a laundry right off the mudroom and being able to hop right into the shower. In that case, though, I would just continue the bathroom tile throughout the closet and the laundry room, just so that way everything can just be cleaned and mopped. And if you're that muddy or that sweaty and you don't want to step on carpet on your way to the shower, that would be a really easy thing to customize. Same thing with if you're just doing laundry, you just go right from your closet, throw things in the wash, fold your clothes, put it right back in the closet. It is an amazing feature, and I've had a lot of people come up to me and just tell me that they love it. Speaking of custom closets, you guys loved these pull-out drawers, and these closets are all done by Tailored Closets. These pull-out drawers are a great option. Braylee has put an idea in my head. She is just someone who doesn't want to fold her clothes, and I get it. Like, she just kind of lives out of baskets. So if she just had a bunch of baskets she could sort into and not really have to fold her clothes, I think she'd be happy as a clam. And Braylee's favorite was this huge soaker tub by Kohler. All right, Chloe, are you ready for our favorite category? What'd you think? You ready? Okay, our next category is love it or hate it. So these are things that we did that you guys had some strong feelings about, and you either loved it or you hated it. So, this first one, a lot of people were concerned that the glass might be a nightmare to clean. So, I think it would be worth it if you had a view like this, where it was just plants for as far as the eye can see. There are ways to make things easier to clean, but I know for a fact that there are shower glass places that have a product. They spray it on. All you have to do is spray it with water and things just roll off of it. There is no beating up that sticks to the glass. It just kind of washes right down and you never get that like filminess on your glass. My DIY hack brain is like, could you just take some Rain-X and like kind of like you do with the car windshield? I don't know. I'd have to try it. This backsplash, you also loved or hated it. It is kind of a modern, funky take on a classic shape. It also helps that it's a timeless shape, color, and texture. Definitely tailored to people who embrace more modern design. This island is 9 foot by 7 foot, and there were a lot of wives and mothers that were concerned with who should be responsible for cleaning the center of the island where they can't reach. And for that, I say Swiffer. It's a legitimate thing. It's a whole TikTok trend. You could be the person with such a giant island that you need a Swiffer to clean the center of your island, and you could go viral on TikTok. And our last category, I could not embrace the parade of homes without giving flowers to the other builders in the area. These are things that I love from different houses, and maybe it's a dumb idea to promote the competition, but hey, I believe in abundance and I believe there's enough for everyone to share. So, lighting. Unique storage. The details. Finishes. So if you participated in the Parade of Homes by hosting or by joining us as a guest, please let me know what were your favorite houses, what were your favorite features, what did you see that you're like, I have to do this in my own house, top paint colors, backsplashes, whatever. I would really love to know what you loved. Feel free to leave your comments below, and if you're not already subscribed, feel free to do so and stick around for more 5-star content. Thank you so much for supporting me and the channel and just giving a little like or a little comment goes a long way. It will help me reach more people and find the other weirdos who kind of vibe with my weirdness. So, thank you.